Hey everyone, this is Julian Wong from the Binary Lab. In this video, I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about the gist of how digital options works and the ways that you can trade to profit and actually make a killing in digital options. Alright, so first and foremost, IQ Option is the only broker to have this because it's the ones that created digital options, okay? And what is very important that you know is that a digital option has a very high payout for a winning trade. However, if the trade finishes without touching the strike price, there is no value whatsoever. Okay, so a lot of people who see digital options, they'll be very tempted to see like, hey, wow, I can make 600%, I can make 900%, and 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, it's going great, and then they think that for the next 2 minutes, it's probably going to hold. Now, here's the big whammy, okay? Because if you ride it out to a full term, and if it's already in the money and it falls back out of the money, you're not gonna get squat for anything. So this is one key element of digital option. Having said that, there are many ways to trade digital option. Okay, the key thing of the key way to succeed in digital option is something I already mentioned in my previous video where I had a live demonstration. The key element to success in digital option is to selling early. Okay, selling early can be based on various benchmarks. You can be using support resistance lines. You can be using trend lines. You can be using Fibonacci's. All right, to establish where your supports are. And have you ever experienced times when you're doing a trade? Okay, let's say if once the price pulls back to a certain level of Fibonacci, off it goes again. All right. When it pulls back by 38.2%, off it goes again. When it pulls back to 50%, off it goes again. When it pulls back to 23.6%, off it goes again. All right. So ideally, what you want to do is that when you're making your analysis, you want to if you are doing based on a pullback or a retracement, mark your levels carefully, know where they are. When they hit these levels, boom, you're out of the trade. And let's say if you're doing it based on a trend continuation, know what your levels are. Know, this is your extension. Let's say if you're extending it based on a previous movement, here is your 123.6, here is your 161.8. And once it's there, boom, you're out of the trade, okay? This is crucial for you to succeed in digital options. With that said, what are the ways that we can use to trade successfully in digital options so that we can make big profits for low risk? The many ways include some of the usual and some of the additional ways as well. I want to tell you up front that digital options offers you a lot more possibilities in your trading than you probably can think of. If you've been just trading binary only, there's so many differences that you, and this brings over the pros of forex, the pros of regular options. Have you ever heard of things like covered calls, covered puts? It brings all those things in as well. Let me give you a few examples. I'll describe a few scenarios for you that you can use digital options in your favor. If you think that the price is going to go up in terms of continuing an existing trend, then you want to give yourself, you want to make a call trade, set your levels, okay? You can set it at a realistic level. So let's say if price is right now here, you can set a level just a little bit higher, okay? I like to go down to a 15 seconds chart. Just find a slightly higher level and set it there. Another thing that I like to do is to ensure my present trade by taking a call from a level that has already been passed. Let's say the price is already here, and I have a very good feeling that we have a strong uptrend, and there's no way that the price can get back down to this spot. All right, a very firm support. Even if this lower level pays 50%, 30%, 20%, don't you think that the broker has a very good idea as well that the price will never go back down there? That's why they offer a very low percentage. So I could actually ensure my other position by taking a few more positions over here, where is already, in the so-called safe zone. So that's one of the possibilities. Now retracements, if you think it's going to reverse, if you think it's gone too far overbought, oversold, and you think it's going to retrace, you can do a digital option based on that pullback that you are looking at. All right, and once you have that significant level resistance Fibonacci that's being hit, sell the trade, get out of the trade. Okay, it is far more profitable to get many trades of you getting, let's say, 80 something to 200 plus 300 plus percent than to try for the 600 and 900% but only land one of them after many failures. Okay, so another thing I want to share with you is that because of the risk reward, we can now do things like hedging. All right, we can do things like straddling. Hedging, straddling, just about the same thing. Hedging is when you go in and put and call at the same time at that same level. Okay. However, it's not going to be really productive, because if you're going for a put and call at the same level, you're probably getting a less than 100% payout at that level. So you most probably want to try to do a straddle instead. Take the closest level to where the price is, just above, just beneath, and the last session, we even saw a scenario where a trade seemed as though it was going to go this way, but in the end, went out the other way. Okay, if you're doing a straddle, it's very important to ride it out to the full expiry. Or if you think that the trend has been picked very strongly, try to run one out to the full expiry and try to sell the other one, for a small loss. And that way you can maximize your return. Why is it important to ride out to a full expiry? Because with a full expiry, even if you lost, if you place two even sized trades, 100 and 100, if this one pays 200 plus percent for a winning trade, that covers the loss on the other $100 trade, and basically you are actually able to still profit a nice amount, 100 plus percent, very decent. So these are some of the ways that you can actually profit in digital options. If you want greater details on how to do this, I think you're probably best learning from me in my live sessions. If you want to know how to do that in live, send a message to my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/the binary lab page. Alright, so it's facebook.com/the binary lab page. Send a message to my admin. They'll reply you on how you can actually learn more in detail and learn how to execute some of the things that I've mentioned in digital options. As it is, I've already been building up recordings of live trading sessions on digital. We have about 3 or 4 sessions recorded already, describing and demonstrating different scenarios like the ones that I've just explained to you about. And you can see how these scenarios are being applied in the real market conditions, and you can come up with even more ideas on how to do them. The possibilities are endless, and I think digital option is the way to go forward in this industry if you're looking to earn big and lose or risk small. So once again, if you want to learn more on how to do this, the things that I've described in proper detail, the exact ways of doing it, and with on-screen directions on how to do it, contact my Facebook admin, facebook.com/the binary lab page. Alright, lastly, I want to warn you about the comments section. A lot of people will try to post replies to comments in my comments box, and some of them may even use a stolen logo from the Binary Lab. And some of the ways that they pass this off is that they call it Binary Lab or Binary Labs or the Binary Labs, or they put some misspelling in there, and then they ask you to contact some kind of a Gmail address. All this is fake, because all my emails originate from the URL, thebinarylab.net. Okay, so if you're on my email list, you know that that's just one email address that I use. And the safest way to contact on Facebook is not to contact some other funny profile. Sometimes these scammers will link you to a different name, alright, and a different country. The best way is to go to facebook.com/the binary lab page. The link is in the video description. If you want to learn how to execute these profitable digital option trades, contact my Facebook admin right now and they'll guide you through the process. Bye for now.